Bonsoir à tous, bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo, bienvenue dans ce nouveau Cursed, le premier de 2025. J'espère que vous avez passé un bon temps des fêtes et un agréable nouvel an. Aujourd'hui, on va s'intéresser à un cas très spécial, puisqu'on va parler d'un adolescent de seulement 15 ans qui a commis des choses ignobles sur un couple retraité. Et pour la première dans l'émission, on va pouvoir décortiquer ensemble son interrogatoire. Au fur et à mesure qu'on avance dans l'histoire de l'interrogatoire dans lequel il nous explique en détail ses crimes, son ressenti, ses pulsions et la raison de son massacre. La vidéo de base est tirée de la chaîne Explore With Us, donc je préfère me dédouaner directement. Ils ont la chance d'avoir accès à des archives qu'on n'a pas du tout accès. Daniel Marsh est né le 14 mai 1997 dans une petite ville de Californie. Là-bas, il y vit une enfance relativement normale, donc rien à signaler pour le moment. Et tout va en réalité basculer le jour où un élément va entrer dans sa vie, mais de manière bien différente de ce qu'on entend habituellement dans les true crime. Parce qu'en effet, âgé de seulement 10 ans, le petit Daniel, il est témoin de l'arrêt cardiaque de son père. Donc, devant ses yeux, et grâce à ses connaissances en premier secours, Daniel va littéralement arriver à lui sauver la vie. C'est donc un acte qui est très héroïque et qui lui vaudra déjà de finir dans le journal en 2018. Et se fera même décerner la Red Cross Hero World, qui est donc une médaille de la Croix-Rouge pour les gens qui ont eu un comportement héroïque et beaucoup de courage. Malheureusement, après avoir failli perdre son mari, elle n'a pas réfléchi et la mère de Daniel va tromper son père peu de temps après avec son professeur de maternelle, ce qui provoque un énorme et violent divorce entre les deux. Et le petit Daniel, qui est donc au milieu, il est terrifié par le tournant que sa vie est en train de prendre et surtout, le peu de contrôle qu'il a sur les choses. Très vite, Daniel il est pris d'une rage folle envers les femmes et ses envies de meurtre commencent déjà à apparaître à l'âge de 11 ans. C'est jeune, c'est très très jeune. Et d'ailleurs, c'est explicable parce qu'en fait, le prof de Daniel est une femme. Et donc, c'est pour cette femme que sa mère quittera son père et provoquera ce divorce qui chamboulera sa vie. Très rapidement, ses parents décident de lui faire voir un psychologue. Et celui-ci va vite le diagnostiquer dépressif, ce qui est encore une fois relativement normal parce que lorsqu'on vit des choses aussi stressantes et terrifiantes dans sa vie, n'importe qui devienne dépressif. Malheureusement, les choses vont s'empirer pour Daniel, puisque les années qui suivent sont clairement un supplice pour lui. À 13 ans, il est toujours suivi par un médecin et il a des sauts d'humeur, des sauts de colère aléatoires. Il fait des cauchemars la nuit, il prend même des antidépresseurs. Devant cette montagne qui lui semble infranchissable, Daniel se réfugie dans l'alcool, la marijuana qu'il consomme en grande quantité et qu'il ne semble qu'aggraver son comportement. En effet, son alcoolisme est devenu si grave que son père va décider de le mettre à la porte à l'âge de 14 ans, ce qui est encore une fois très jeune. Et vous allez voir que tout au long de cette vidéo, Daniel, il va vivre énormément de choses très jeune. Il va vivre alors avec sa mère et Daniel sombre davantage dans la boisson et devient par ailleurs anorexique, un niveau tellement extrême que ça lui vaudra un séjour d'1 mois à l'hôpital, où il est gardé sous surveillance. Les mois qui suivent, Daniel est mis sous médication intense et plus particulièrement sous des antipsychotiques suite à la découverte suivante. Daniel est victime d'épisodes psychotiques et malgré ça, les médecins le laissent rentrer à la maison sans se soucier des répercussions que ça pourrait avoir sur lui et sur les autres. En décembre 2012, alors que Daniel est seul avec son conseiller d'orientation, il va lui livrer un secret qui annonce clairement, mais alors clairement, que quelque chose ne va pas dans sa vie. Il lui dit qu'il a un brûlant désir de tuer des gens et heureusement la police intervient. Daniel, il est placé en établissement psychiatrique et à nouveau mis sous antipsychotiques. En 2013, notre ami, il est réhabilité, donc il peut sortir et autant vous dire que son cas n'est pas vraiment arrangé. Lors d'un entretien avec le psychologue de l'école, Daniel fait encore une révélation assez terrifiante. Et cette fois-ci, elle est directement dirigée vers ses camarades de classe. C'est simple, il explique qu'il veut leur enlever la vie. Lorsque le psychologue lui demande s'il se sent prêt à passer à l'acte, Daniel répond simplement « J'en serais capable ». Il continue par lui expliquer en détail comment il rêve de torturer des gens, en retirant leurs yeux et en leur épluchant la peau. Et le plus terrifiant, c'est que Daniel avoue que ses pensées dégoûtantes ne sont que la partie émergée de l'iceberg. Autrement dit, celle qui veut bien laisser transparaître en réalité. Des envies plus sombres et malsaines se cachent au fond de lui. Il reste juste à savoir s'il aurait le courage de les laisser sortir un jour. Bien sûr, la police sera mise au courant de son discours, mais aucune précaution ne sera prise à l'égard de Daniel, qui passe la plus grande partie de ses journées à se demander quelle est la meilleure manière de tuer ses collègues de classe. Et vous verrez tout ça, on va y revenir très bientôt. À côté de ça, Daniel, il va fantasmer sur des tueries de masse qu'il pourrait faire dans sa propre école. En effet, vous l'avez compris, il a vraiment une passion pour le morbide qui devient de plus en plus prononcée. Il se crée au passage un vrai hobby pour les tueurs en série très célèbres qui rêvent de pouvoir imiter un jour. Je sais pas, entre Internet, YouTube ou les séries télé qui ont matrixé Daniel au point où il se trouve à vouloir copier ce qu'il voit littéralement sur ses écrans. Ou si c'est vraiment juste des pulsions au fond de lui qui étaient déjà là avant que le numérique n'a fait que donner plus d'importance et concrétiser un problème qu'il avait déjà. Mais une chose est sûre, Daniel devient complètement fou. Il en prend beaucoup trop au sérieux. Sa passion pour le crime. Il a notamment révélé à ses amis comment il voulait tuer des gens innocents, comment il le ferait avec quelle arme, mais aussi il écrit un plan pour matérialiser ses fantasmes étape par étape, comme pour se guider dans ses pensées macabres. C'est aussi à ce moment-là que Daniel commence à être exposé à la noirceur d'Internet. Lorsqu'il s'inscrit sur un site de vidéos gore, en réalité, on y trouve des contenus de mutilation, d'accidents de la route et d'autopsies de meurtre, d'horreur de la guerre et de la pornographie gore, ou avec des enfants qui mélangent sexe et exécution. Et autant vous dire que je recommande à personne de visionner ce genre de contenu, puisque les seules fois où je suis tombé sur des sites comme ça, durant des phases de recherche, pour certaines vidéos, j'ai simplement dû arrêter de travailler toute la journée. Le problème, c'est que Daniel, lui, consomme ce genre de contenu quotidiennement. Quelques années plus tard, Daniel ne s'est toujours pas calmé, et bien au contraire, puisqu'à présent, il s'amuse à mettre feu à n'importe quoi, et il abuse et mutile, voire même massacre des animaux pour assouvir ses pulsions, qui ne font qu'augmenter avec le temps. Daniel, toujours dans cette boucle horrible et morbide, décide à l'âge de 15 ans de laisser enfin parler ses pulsions. Il planifie alors méticuleusement un meurtre qui pourrait ressembler à ceux des tueurs qu'il idolâtre tant. Et une nuit, vers environ 2 heures du matin, Daniel sort chez lui et passe à l'acte. Il passe devant pas moins de 40 maisons avant de trouver une fenêtre ouverte et d'entrer chez Oliver Northup, 87 ans, ancien soldat de la Navy, et Claudia Maupin, 76 ans, et actrice locale. Et durant la prochaine heure, vous allez découvrir l'interrogatoire de Daniel, ses tentatives de berner la police, mais aussi la vérité derrière son crime. Comment il s'est pris pour mettre son plan à l'exécution et les détails terrifiants derrière son meurtre. Dans cet interrogatoire, Daniel Marsh, il a 15 ans. Et il est soupçonné d'être l'auteur du meurtre. Étant donné qu'il est mineur, il participe à cet interrogatoire de manière consentante et il renonce donc à ses droits en parlant sans la présence de son avocat. Il fait potentiellement ça pour brouiller les pistes.
Okay, get your name?
Dan Marsh.
Is that your full name?
Well, Daniel William Marsh.
Okay. Can you tell me where you were?
I should have been at my house with my mom. On the weekends, I usually just stay there.
What were you doing?
Probably playing video games or playing guitar. Usually what I do on my weekends is either I have somebody over or I just hang out and play video games or play music.
You remember what you were doing that specific weekend?
Not exactly, but I don't really go places other than my friend's house, so I know that I don't think we hung out that weekend. I'm pretty sure I was at my house, and if I wasn't at my house, then I was at house.
L'interrogatoire a commencé il y a environ quelques minutes et déjà il y a plusieurs choses qui vont piquer la curiosité des enquêteurs, notamment les tournures de phrases du jeune homme, très vagues, du style « Oh, j'aurais dû être chez moi ». Il a aussi son body language qui commence à être très bizarre. Il est droit comme un piquet, très figé, et ce qui pourrait potentiellement être dû au fait qu'il doit réfléchir énormément à ce qu'il est en train de dire pour garder un sens dans son histoire qu'il est en train d'inventer. Et c'est dans ce genre de moment de grande réflexion que notre corps arrête de bouger. La police continue en lui parlant directement des meurtres. Petit aparté pour vous dire que la technique utilisée par les policiers, c'est un truc qui marche super bien avec le mensonge. Fabien Lucas avait déjà parlé dans une vidéo, mais en gros, lorsque tu penses que quelqu'un te prend pour un con ou qui te ment ouvertement, tu lui poses une question et lorsqu'il a fini sa réponse, tu le regardes simplement et tu dis rien. D'habitude, ça va augmenter la charge mentale de la personne qui poussera le menteur à broder de plus en plus sans arrêt pour évacuer le stress, et j'ai bien l'impression que c'est ce qu'essaie de faire le policier avec Daniel, et ça n'a pas loupé, puisqu'il n'arrête pas de se répéter.
So you do know about the murders that we're investigating.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Davis. When something like that happens here, it's like, holy crap. Everybody knows about it, hears about it.
Tell me what you know about it.
I think they were like an elderly couple or something. I know that somebody broke in and like stabbed these two people, but I don't really know anything else. Breaking and entering.
Do you know which apartment that did that?
Well, not the actual one, no. But I know it was like near my dad's. I don't know, we drove by it a couple times and we saw like the police tape and everything.
Well, when was the last time you were there?
In that area?
Yeah.
Probably like a week after it happened or something like that. It was soon enough to where there was still the tape up and everything, and there were like all the cop cars were there.
I'm just also trying to clear up some things, maybe some rumors and maybe some information in regards to you and the murder investigation that we're doing and the murders that happened on Cowell.
What?
Is there anything you can tell me?
I haven't heard any of these rumors that you, like, I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anyone say anything about me in regards to it. Like, honestly, I haven't heard anything about me in regards to that. I don't know why it would be there. Why anyone would spread a rumor.
Hey, Earl, how you doing? Good to see you. Hi.
Hi.
You must be Daniel?
Yeah.
I'm Chris Campion.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm from the FBI. Work around here. I do kind of some of the criminal profiling stuff, and I've been working with Ariel on this case since it happened. So, sorry I'm a little late, but
It's all right.
you guys have been talking. Eddie told me you guys have been talking a little bit, and
Yeah.
sounds like this young man has quite a history. Kind of a family train wreck, if I can be that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dans la suite de l'interview, il y a un autre inspecteur qui va rejoindre Daniel. Et comme vous le voyez sûrement, les deux inspecteurs vont très probablement jouer le bon cop, bad cop, puisque Chris, qui vient à peine d'entrer dans la conversation, explique déjà à son collègue que Daniel a eu un passé difficile et des problèmes familiaux, comme s'il essayait de créer un lien en jouant avec les émotions de Daniel, en faisant passer pour la victime.
So 9 years old, when you mean birth, your parents split?
Yeah, like parents split, mom disappeared for a few months, left with dad who was, well, he has a temper problem and, you know, just lost his wife, so he's going to be pissed off, and so that wasn't really fun. And since then, every year it seems like, you know, there's a new, like, bad thing to happen or a new crock of shit to be added into the pile. It was really selfish, honestly, because, like, she left with a chick. Like, and I don't know what happened with that, but she was involved in my life for a few years, and that pissed me off. Because it's like, really, you care about your own happiness more than your children's. It's not right.
Hmm.
I don't know, the way I see it, when you're a parent, it's kind of, you made it your duty to nurture your kids and take care of them and make sure that they're okay. What exactly are you guys trying to get from me?
Well, here's where kind of concerns are, and people who are much more tech savvy than me, because I'm just an old guy, I don't know anything about anything, found this thing called Tumblr, and your Tumblr page, is that the right term?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that. How did that come to be?
Tumblr?
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it. I made one.
Okay. So describe to me the stuff that's on there.
On my page or on Tumblr in general?
On your page, yeah.
Song lyrics, things like just miniature things about like what I feel. A lot of stuff from horror movies, because I like horror movies. Gore.
Tumblr. Alors pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas, c'est en fait un réseau social et sur le profil de Daniel, on y trouve des photos très étranges. Et c'est précisément pour ça que la police tente de ramener le sujet sur la table. Et ils font bien puisqu'il va s'ouvrir peu à peu, révélant déjà une partie très sombre de sa personnalité.
Horror movies and gore, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of that on there.
Well, since I was a little kid, I liked horror movies. I've been watching them, like, for a long time.
I'm wondering if it's a refuge for you, Dan?
In a way, it kind of is. I've got a dark, screwed up sense of humor, and actually a lot of that stuff makes me laugh when I see it. And I don't know, not a lot of stuff makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I like horror movies, and it's the same thing as a horror movie, only it's real, in the sense that I don't have any connection to whoever it happened to. It doesn't really bother me.
Right. So, and it's kind of like the cutting. It's a feeling, right?
Yeah, seriously. Like, it makes me feel something, and I've just always kind of been into darker stuff.
And what do you feel when you say it makes you feel something? What is it that you're feeling when you see the stuff on Tumblr, the gore?
I don't know, it makes me feel like shocked, and I'm fascinated with anatomy, and so like you can see what happened to them and how warped their bodies are, and just it's kind of fascinating to think like, what could have done that? How did that happen? Why did that happen? Just how did this all come to play? And I don't know, sometimes they'll be like in a funny pose or something, and they'll just look like stupid, and so I'll like giggle at it.
And you said anatomy. You said you had an interest in anatomy. Tell me more about that.
Well, just the human body is fascinating. I just find it fascinating to like see what's on the inside, you know, like not just this, because what makes it all happen? What makes it work? What is it?
Right. So that's part of the fascination with the gore stuff.
Yeah.
Bon, déjà, on sent que l'interview, elle devient beaucoup plus intéressante. Daniel, il se livre, il raconte sa fascination pour le morbide et ça lui fait très probablement plaisir de le partager avec l'enquêteur, puisque sa posture change dès qu'on aborde le thème de l'horreur. Néanmoins, vous allez voir que son plaisir est de courte durée et l'interrogatoire va prendre un sacré tournant lorsque l'inspecteur Chris joue carte sur table et la réaction de Daniel est encore une fois très étrange.
So I am not sure how far you and Ariel talked about what kind of led us to you and to kind of look into Dan and everything about Daniel.
He just said that like he heard like a rumor or something. He didn't really tell me why me. He just kind of asked me those stereotypical questions, you know, like where were you? Who were you with? What do you know?
Okay. So the rumors that he's referring to are people saying specific things about what you have told other people.
What? What would that be?
That you were there, that you did those murders.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
I'm a kid.
No, that's
Well, like I don't hurt people. Like you can ask anyone around me. I'm a compassionate, affectionate person. I care about people. I don't want to hurt them. I mean, yeah, they piss me off sometimes, and they do some messed up shit, but I care about people.
I see you as a person who has a need. You have a big need. You have a need for a refuge. Maybe more than anybody I've ever run across. And at age 16, just 16, that's remarkable. I don't know if that's a good thing, probably not, but it is an unusual thing to meet a person like you, Dan, who has been through some of the things you have and has this need, the compulsion, I think the need to do something to feel.
Well, yeah, but I don't hurt people. I don't.
And the information that was said that came out of your mouth had specifics of what happened in that house with those two elderly people that only the person who was inside that house would know. Very specific information.
What? I said that someone broke in and stabbed the people.
Yeah, no, what we're picking up on that you said to other people, who may have repeated to other people, is information that is so specific. Not just that somebody broke in and stabbed two people, but exactly what was done to these people.
Well, have you asked the people who have told you that?
Where they were?
Well, I mean, when someone comes to you and tells you exact details of a murder and then says, no, this guy did it, isn't that kind of like...
Like we should think about that maybe he was there, or maybe she was there, or, you know, whoever's telling us.
Trying to screw me over. I mean, my friend is really f***ing up my life right now.
When referring to. Okay.
I don't know, it seems like he has a vendetta out for me or something.
What's that based on?
I don't know. Oh, do you mean what's his reason, or what's my reason to say that?
Why do you think he has a vendetta against you?
Well, like, he knew I carried a knife, and he had never had a problem with it until one day he randomly reported me to the office and started all of this, you know, got me arrested, put in the system for a misdemeanor, got me most likely expelled from the high school. And I asked him why, and he said, I don't like you and I don't want you here.
En voyant que Daniel se braque complètement et tente de démontrer par tous les moyens que c'est quelqu'un qui aime les gens, l'humain en général, ce qui est totalement faux au vu des sites qu'il fréquente et des pulsions meurtrières qu'il a. Chris décide d'adoucir la situation et remet Daniel en position de victime, comme pour le calmer et lui faire penser à autre chose.
He's killed animals before. Seen him choke a cat to death.
Yeah. Yeah, people have told us that that's the kind of stuff that you do, too.
I don't.
You've never hurt an animal?
Not intentionally. I've gotten mad and I've hit my dog, but...
Like kicked your dog?
Yeah.
Choked your dog?
No, not choked. I kicked it because it's, you know, it's annoying. It ran into me. It won't shut up, you know, just like, stop. But I don't intentionally harm animals.
So that if we talk to everybody that knows and everybody who's close to him, everybody that's close to you, Dan, and everybody who would know, people are going to say, Dan doesn't do anything like that to animals, but does.
I don't know if they'd say that he does, because me and him were like, we were brothers, you know. We told each other everything. He told me, and I saw some of it.
What did you see?
I saw him choke a cat to death, and I saw him beat the hell out of his dog.
And what eventually happened with the cat then?
Well, it stopped moving, so...
And what did he do with it?
He threw it in the trash can.
À partir de ce moment, on commence à voir le mal qui sommeille à l'intérieur de Dan, notamment lorsqu'il explique la torture faite sur des animaux et ne peut s'empêcher de sourire et d'avoir des moments de joie qui se manifestent, comme s'il se voyait en train de les tuer tout en accusant son ami en voyant que l'interrogatoire les mène dans un cul-de-sac. Il tente ce qu'on appelle la technique RED, R-E-I-D. Il s'agit d'une technique qui consiste à demander à un individu qui se considère innocent quelle punition devrait subir le coupable dans ce cas de figure. On demande à Dan quelle sentence devrait subir son ami qui l'a trahi. Habituellement, une personne innocente choisira une sentence très sévère, alors que quelqu'un de coupable choisira une sentence assez légère, étant donné qu'il projette en fait la peine en se basant sur sa propre culpabilité, et va donc naturellement amadouir la sévérité de la peine, étant donné que c'est lui qui est coupable. Je sais pas si je suis très compréhensible.
If it did happen that was involved in killing these two older people, what should happen to him?
He should go to jail.
You know, in California, you know, I don't know how old he is. Is he a juvenile too?
He's 17.
He's 17, so, you know, juvenile hall, have you ever been?
Oh, couldn't do that.
This is a compulsion, and like we were talking about before, this is something where you can't help it. It's an obsession. You think about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And after you're done with it, you're going to feel a complete relief, a release, and you know, a feel. You feel that you almost got away with it. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the crime was a masterpiece, just technique.
I didn't do it.
So there's two roads. You know, you can go down the road of saying, wasn't me, I could never do that, and we're going to go and talk to everybody you know, and we already are. And they're telling us things you're talking about with the cat, for example. That wasn't, that was you.
No, it wasn't.
And people, again, who are older than you, usually, you're very young for this, to have the onset of this. To start at 8 or 9 is extremely young.
Unless you can show me something that flat out says it was you, then why would I say, okay, it was me?
If you think you belong in a psychiatric hospital, then that's because you have all this stuff in your past, you have all this stuff in your brain, you just want to be outside of your head, but you can't. And this is the only thing that gave you a place, a safe place, a place to land, a refuge, anything that gets you to feel.
Either way, aren't they?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Just tell us that you need help.
I need help.
Okay. That's the first step.
On avance un petit peu dans l'interrogatoire et pendant plusieurs heures, les policiers font écouter à Daniel la déposition de son ex, de ses amis et petit à petit, il va s'ouvrir sur ses problèmes mentaux, sur sa dépression, sur ses pensées sombres et l'inspecteur tente alors le tout pour le tout et fait passer Daniel encore une fois pour la victime de l'histoire. Et c'est là que l'interview va prendre une tournure décisive puisque Daniel s'apprête enfin à tout avouer et préparez-vous parce que c'est extrêmement choquant.
So let's go back to the first time you thought about killing someone. How long ago was that?
Years ago.
How many years?
6.
6. So when you're like 10.
When I was 10, I thought about and plotted about killing the woman that my mother left my father for.
Your kindergarten teacher?
Yes.
Because you were so angry at her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw her as the reason that my family was ripped apart, and in a way, she was a big part of that.
So she was going to be held responsible. Okay? So what were you going to do at age 10? What was your plan?
I was going to slit her throat.
Okay? How were you going to do that?
I knew where she lived. She came over frequently. I didn't, at the time, really. I was 10. I didn't have a plan.
So when's the next time that you remember thinking about killing someone?
7th grade.
And who was that?
It wasn't anyone in particular. It was just, I thought about everybody at that school gave me so much that I just thought about just showing up one day and see how many I could take out before they took me out.
The anger was boiling over.
Yeah. 8th grade, I still had the same desire.
School. This is middle school now?
Yeah. 9th grade is when it got more intense. Every time I look at someone, in my mind, I see flashes of images of me killing them.
Okay.
In numerous ways, in numerous horrible ways, doing terrible things. I can't help it. It's just what comes into my head when I see them. I don't want it to. I don't like that it does, but it does.
Right.
And that's around the time that started.
These were other people at school, students?
It's with everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone I look at.
Okay. Family members?
Family members. Loved ones. doesn't matter. It's fucking disgusting, but it's what it is.
Okay. No.
It's not a desire. It's a thought.
Just appears.
Yeah. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, I really am. Even my heart. I didn't.
Did you start thinking about it?
That night, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to do it. I lost control of myself.
Okay.
I just went into the street, wandered around for a while, just looking for who would be, which house I should go to, who would be a good victim.
Okay. Were you by yourself then?
Yeah.
What time of night was it?
I think it was like 2 in the morning, 2 or 3.
Okay. Do you remember what day of the week it was?
I think it was Friday night. Either Friday night or Saturday night.
Okay. And when you said you went on the street, where did you start out that evening, that night?
Well, I just kind of walked all around South Davis.
So, and where do you remember next? How did you find yourself over by your dad's house?
Well, I had been walking down the streets, scoping out apartment complexes and houses, just trying to see, who would be, which one can I do it to, who left their door unlocked, whose window's open. I got a hole in the screen, not even a hole, just a flap that I could get in and out with. Climbed in through the back, listened for snoring, and I heard it. Went to their bedroom, I opened the door, and I just kind of stood over their bed watching them sleep for a few minutes. My body was trembling. I was nervous but excited and exhilarated. I was actually going to do it. I was there.
What were you wearing when you went in?
Those boots, black socks, black pants like these, black undershirt, black jacket, black gloves, and a black ski mask.
Okay. Where are those things down?
In my garage.
At your mom's house? And what are they inside of?
I don't know, I dispersed them all throughout the garage.
Lorsque la police fouille la maison de Daniel, il trouve effectivement chaque objet exactement où il l'avait décrit. Néanmoins, il a utilisé du scotch qu'il avait attaché sous ses chaussures pour éviter de laisser des empreintes. Et il est pas si con que ça, le petit Daniel.
How about the knife? Yeah. Where's that?
It's in the garage. It should be on one of the shelves when you walk in on the left.
And what does it look like?
It's a buck knife. Have you ever seen the movie Scream?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Ghostface knife.
Ghostface.
Like that exact one. Thought that was kind of cool.
Where did you get that?
I found it in my mom's bedroom.
Oh, it's your mama's.
Yeah, I found it under her desk.
How long before?
A few weeks.
How many houses would you say you checked, like the knobs, the doors, and looked at the screens and so forth?
A lot. Like 50.
50.
Checked a lot.
Mostly in the area around Cole there, or?
Just kind of spread out. There's these apartments by my house called the Renaissance Apartments or something. I checked there, and then from there I went like back into the back path and just went around there, and I just kind of went around in a 2-mile radius of my house. I was there. It's finally happening. It was almost like an out-of-body experience. I didn't feel like I was really there, like it was real. And the woman woke up, so I just started stabbing her over and over.
Okay.
All throughout the torso, and I tried to get... And then the husband woke up, and he looked over, and just as he looked over, I stabbed him in the neck. And then I went back to killing the woman because she wouldn't die.
You're stabbing her in the torso and she just wouldn't die.
Yeah, like, I stabbed her a lot, as you obviously know. It took a long time. And it was a lot easier with the guy than it was with her.
Where did you stab him?
I started in the neck, and then I just kind of went all over. I stabbed her until she stopped moving, and she was just kind of twitching. I went over to him because I'd only stabbed him once at the time, because, you know, I had to finish that one. And I just started stabbing him in the torso as well. Even when they were dead, I wasn't done. I actually, at one point, took out my phone with the left hand and I shined it so I could see better.
And then he woke up at some point. Was she screaming or was she making any noise?
Yeah, she screamed.
Loud, medium, muffled?
Medium. It got muffled because I put my hand on her mouth.
Okay. All right. And then he woke up?
And the second he woke up, he turned over, looked at me, and as soon as I saw him turn over, I just reached over and got him right here.
Right here, you're underneath your kind of...
Yeah, somewhere.
The right side of his jaw?
Yeah, under his jaw.
Did you feel penetrated a lot? Was it a good one?
Yeah, they all were. I felt the scraping bone a few times.
Okay. And that stopped him from resisting at that point?
Well, yeah. But then he was just, grabbing his neck, trying to stop it. And bleeding everywhere. It was, gargling and stuff.
All right. Did you say anything to her?
Mm.
And did he say anything to you?
He didn't have a chance. I mean, kind of just got his neck. So.
Estimate on how many times you might have stabbed him?
I'm trying to think. At least 20 times. You guys should know the actual count, right?
Yeah. We have to ask you.
It was in the minimum of 20, probably no more than 30. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't count.
How about with her?
Same.
I think it's going to turn out to be more, but...
En réalité, Daniel a divisé son nombre de coups de couteau puisque l'autopsie révélera qu'Oliver a été poignardé 61 fois et Claudia 67. Faut savoir que lorsque la fille de Claudia a préparé les obsèques de sa mère, elle a demandé à voir le corps plusieurs fois, mais ces demandes ont été refusées car Claudia était tellement défigurée par la violence de l'attaque qu'elle ne ressemblait plus à rien du tout. D'ailleurs, il faudra même faire venir un spécialiste pour qu'il puisse remettre ensemble les morceaux restants et qu'il puisse faire en sorte que le cercueil soit ouvert lors de l'enterrement, sans terroriser tout le monde.
I just kind of messed around with... I'd opened both of their torsos around here, and in the woman I put a phone in the side of her, and I put a cup in the side of the guy. I don't know why. I really don't.
So the cup and the phone, what did you put into whom?
I put the phone into the woman and the cup into the man.
Where did you find those?
In the kitchen.
Okay. What else did you do in the kitchen when you were... What led you to the kitchen to see the cup and the phone?
The kitchen was on the way to the back where I came in from. And I was heading out, and then I was I don't even know. Honestly, I just wanted to f with the people who had to, investigate it.
Yeah, that would be us.
Yeah.
Throw them off, make it look a little...
Make it look just, what the hell.
It worked. Do you remember any other cutting on his body in particular, and then anywhere else?
Just like a lot in the torso and in the sides, and neck, up in the forehead, cut his forehead too.
What was that about? Was it exploration, curiosity, or?
Kinda, yeah. Plus I've never actually stabbed someone, so I wanted to see how effective the knife was. And I kinda I punched them a few times.
At what point? At the beginning?
No, this is when they were dead.
This is after they're dead, okay.
Just kinda hit them a bunch. I'm not gonna lie, it felt amazing.
How did it feel, Dan?
It felt great. It was pure happiness and adrenaline and dopamine, just all of it rushing over me. It's the most exhilarating, enjoyable feeling I've ever felt. It was a lot messier, and it didn't go how I expected.
What was different?
This was a lot more exciting, more intense.
The actual stabbing was more exciting and intense than slitting their throat.
Because it was actually they were awaking, knowing and resisting.
So that heightened the experience.
Yeah.
You mentioned that pretty much everybody you meet, you have thoughts about killing them and how you would kill them.
Yeah.
So how would you kill me?
There's a lot of ways.
I mean, that you've thought of so far in the couple hours that we spent together here.
Choking you to death with your tie.
Okay.
Beating your face into the mirror until it broke and using the glass to cut your arteries. Gouging your eyes out and just smashing your face into the wall.
Okay.
Nothing personal.
I don't take it personal.
Okay.
It's just, that's what happens when you meet somebody, when you're thinking, when there's that time when you...
Involuntary. It's something that just happens. It's like breathing. You breathe, you don't think about it, it just happens.
You can't control it.
I couldn't if I wanted to, and I do want to.
Basé sur ce que Daniel explique, il semble très probable qu'il s'agisse d'un psychopathe, une personne dont l'un des traits de caractère est qu'ils ont besoin de changements violents ou d'un élément majeur dans leur vie pour ressentir quelconques émotions. C'est pour ça qu'ils vont se tourner vers tout ce qui est attrait à la mort, au gore et aux peurs extrêmes. Daniel est emmené dans un établissement psychiatrique où il réussit un score de 35,8 points sur 40, et c'est l'un des résultats les plus élevés jamais enregistrés. Pour les connaisseurs, il y a John Wayne Gacy qui a passé ce test, et c'était un tueur qui s'amusait à se déguiser en clown et à tuer des adolescents avant de les enterrer dans son jardin. Et lui, il avait obtenu une note de 27 sur 40. Il y a aussi eu le fameux Jeffrey Dahmer qui avait fait un score de 23 sur 40. Donc j'ai envie de dire, heureusement que Daniel a tout de suite été appréhendé parce que Dieu sait quelles horreurs qu'il aurait pu commettre. Finalement, Daniel sera condamné à 52 ans de prison pour double meurtre avec préméditation, et en tentant le tout pour le tout, il s'est déclaré fou pour échapper à la peine. Mais après analyse, il se trouve que Daniel est bel et bien sain d'esprit et qu'il s'agit tout simplement d'un psychopathe. Cette vidéo est à présent terminée. Dites-moi en commentaire ce que vous avez pensé. En attendant, nous, on va se retrouver dans une prochaine vidéo. Prenez soin de vous et surtout n'oubliez pas, tout finit par se savoir. À bientôt.